Ahoy footy fans, welcome to your Wasted Water Sports bonus bet for this round. Round 6. There's a few games this weekend with opposite ends of the ladder coming head to head, and that means there's an opportunity for us to get in and make a little bit of coin with an anytime multi. So let's head on over to the browser and see what we've got going on. Alright, my bookmaker of choice this week is Ned's. Got a little bit of money tied up over there and a couple of bonus bets awaiting me, so they are my bookmaker of choice for this weekend, and let's see what they've got going on. The Rabbitohs taking on the Bulldogs. Interested in that one. We've got the Panthers taking on the Broncos. I'm interested in that one. We've got Manly and the Titans. Okay, I think that's going to be a bit of a close game. Let's not worry about that for now. We'll come back to that one. Melbourne Storm, Cronulla Sharks. I'm going to put a line through that one. Even though the odds are very heavily in favour of the Storm, and I do expect the Storm to win, there is nothing about this game that I could predict with any confidence. So we'll put a line through that one. Roosters and Warriors, I'm very interested in. Dragons, Knights, And to finish off, on Monday, we've got the Parramatta Eels and the West Tigers. I'm very interested in that one as well. So let's just have a look. You'll see we need to look a little bit deeper into these games and what we're going to put the money on. Because if I just add all of these to the bet slip straight up, Rabbitohs, Panthers, Roosters, Eels, you'll see that for a 4-leg multi of just straight up wins, $1.68, totally not worth it. Very little reward for a relatively high stake multi. I mean, anytime you sort of jump above 3 legs into 4, 5, 6, you start getting into the realms of very, very high stake, low reward systems. What we want, if we're going to put a high risk in, we want a good reward as well. So let's dig a little bit deeper into these games and see what the other markets are. So I've just cleared the bet slip there for now, and we're going to have a look. Rabbitohs, Bulldogs. We're expecting the Rabbitohs to win. Rabbitohs 13 plus $2.10. But that's a pretty healthy line. Minus 10.5. Let's put the Rabbitohs in to cover the line. That's leg 1. On to the next game, Panthers and Broncos. The line is massive. It's 22.5 points. Whilst I expect the Panthers to win quite comprehensively and quite comfortably, 22.5 points is a massive, massive line. So if we just go into big win, little win, and go the Panthers, well, 13 plus. That gives us a little bit more wiggle room, and it's still going to bump. You can see it's bumped our multi up to $2.60 already. So you can see that by diving into the winning margin markets, instead of just focusing on the head-to-head, we've already, just with 2 selections, improved our odds. So let's keep this going. Go a little bit further. So we'll come back to the Manly Titans game, potentially. And I've ruled out the Storm Sharks game. The Roosters and Warriors. What have we got on offer here? So the Roosters line, it's quite big, 14.5. They still haven't really clicked 100%, the Roosters. And the Warriors are hot and cold. What if we get the really, really good Warriors team that comes out? So let's just come back to that one. Let's put that on the back burner for now as well. Dragons, Knights, not interested in at the moment. I want to see what happens if we have a look at the line here for the Eels-Tigers game. It's 21.5. It's $1.90. Eels 13 plus is $1.38. Let's just give ourselves a little bit more wiggle room and just go Eels 13 plus. So there we go. We've got all selections winning at $3.58. So every time we add something onto this, now, whoops, just hit the spacebar. Every time we add something onto it now, we're going to get ourselves into a better situation. So we can now start looking at boosting the odds a little bit. Roosters, Warriors. If we just put the Roosters in straight up, that's bumped us up to $4.16. So that's starting to look a lot healthier. For this sort of wager, I probably want to get up around the $5 or $6 odds at least. if not more. I mean, you could call it quits there if you wanted to and just stick with the 4 legs. Stick with the 4 legs. Knock it on the head right there and go for it. I like to live a little bit more dangerously than that, quite honestly. So I'm going to go a little bit further. And let's start adding in some more here. If we go, I really don't want to go anywhere near the Dragons. The Dragons and the Knights, that is another really unpredictable game, I think. So if we look at Manly and the Titans, so Manly are being offered only a 4.5 line at $1.90, but they're paying $1.55 outright. So what if we just add... All right, cool. If we add Manly into the equation... So we've popped Manly in there, and that has boosted us up to $6.45. We've got 5 legs. What else is sitting there? All right, Dragons. Let's put the Dragons in. If we put the Dragons in to beat the Knights... What line was being offered there? Okay, Dragons... 3.5. All right. I'm tempted. Let's just knock that one on the head. And what happens if we put the Dragons with the line? $12.25. Or Dragons straight up gives us $10.64. You know what? For $2 extra in odds, I'm not willing to take the chance on St. George. But if we include them in the match betting just to win straight up, I don't have faith in them necessarily covering the line. What if they win in Golden Point? What if they win with a drop goal right towards the end of the match? You never know with the Dragons. What if they don't win at all, the Bludgers? But I'll put them in because that's going to boost me up to that $10 mark that I like to get. I'm going to recommend, if you want to have a punt yourself, I'm going to stop my selections there at 5 legs. We'll pull Manly in. I reckon Manly are going well enough to beat the Titans. So we'll stop that there at $6.45. And, if you wanted to chuck a spare $50 onto that, an estimated return of $322.56. That's pretty cool. That's actually pretty worthwhile. But you know what? So... I'm going to recommend you end it there, but if you want to live dangerously, like I like to live dangerously, and let's throw the Dragons in there to win and bump that up to $10.64 and just chuck a spare $50 on that and a potential return of $532.22. I'm not going to say no to that. Let's go ahead and place that bet, see where it takes us. So there we go, Wasted World of Sports, a nice little bonus bet for your Easter weekend, and hopefully, fingers crossed, a nice little payday at the end of a big Easter long weekend. So here's hoping. Remember, if you do decide to have a punt, have fun with it. Don't let it become a problem. Gamble responsibly, and I will see you at the next kickoff for another live stream commentary. All right, cheers.